Hey guys, welcome to my channel Miss Recap. This episode begins with Eva finally getting to meet a human for the first time. The human introduced himself as Cadmus, and says he is here to take her to where her beautiful and bright future awaits in the city of New Attic. But to her disappointment, she realizes it's just a hologram talking. Another human comes out from the ship and started talking to her. Eva thinks he might also be a hologram too, but when she touches his body to see he's real, she screams out in excitement. Rovender, Eva's alien friend, tells Eva that he doesn't trust the guy, and suggests they string him up by his feet. The human boy is shocked she can understand the aliens. Eva introduced them as her friends called Rovender and Otto, while the human boy introduced himself as Haley. An old man comes out from the ship, and is astonished how Eva was able to survive out here on her own. Eva runs to hug him in excitement, because he is the second human she has ever met. The old man introduced himself as Wondla, and lets her know that they have a long trip ahead, so she should enter the ship with her friends if they aim to make it. Eva has never been so excited in her life. She is so astonished with everything she saw on the ship. Her friends are hesitating to enter the ship, but she tells them to enter that everything will be fine. While Eva is being taken to where other humans are in New Attica, Haley asks Eva why Rovender has been standing there like that and looking at him with his hands folded. Eva smiles and replies that Rovender is just a little protective. She whispers to Rovender to calm down, that the human is harmless. They go through a mountain and they finally arrived at New Attica. They dropped Eva and her friends there to meet other humans, while they leave for other businesses. Eva finally enters the city and overexcitement might kill her at this point, because of how beautiful the city is, and many humans she's seeing there. A gondola shows up to take her inside the city, but she noticed her friends doesn't follow her. They tell Eva that this is where they leave her. Eva tries to convince them to follow her, but they make her understand that this is a path that she will have to walk through without them. They don't belong here. This is her people and her home. She cries and gives them a goodbye hug, and enters the gondola which takes her away. Miko, a talking toy, shows Eva around the city, and explains to her the history on how this place was created by Cadmus, which houses over 2 million humans. Just when the gondola drops Eva, Cadmus comes out to greet her. He commends Eva for surviving on the surface long as she did, and decided to give her answers to all her questions. He introduces her to his children called Jen and Nova, and asks them to show Eva around the city. They tell Eva that there is a lot of exciting things to do in this place. They have an infinity zoo, the Imaginarium Aquarium, zero-gravity yoga, and kaboom chess. Jen shows Eva her clothes that changes color based on her emotions, and Eva tells them she wants the clothes too. They take her to a tech wardrobe where different clothes are displayed on the screen for Eva to choose. She chooses a dress with a hat on her head, and the color of the dress turned to yellow, which means that she is hungry. Nova and Jen takes her to a restaurant and gives her a food called Pels. Before they could warn her not to eat it yet, she puts it inside her mouth, and everyone started laughing at her. They instruct her that she is supposed to spray it first before she eats it, and demonstrated how it's done to her. Some children goes to meet Eva because they haven't seen someone from the surface before. They keep throwing Eva different questions like how she survived outside the valley, and what she ate out there, and this made her so uncomfortable. She asks Jen and Nova if there is a place more outside, so they take her to a forest. Eva smiles, saying this is exactly what she needed. A spider-like creature suddenly comes out, and Nova shoots at it. To Eva, disappointed, the forest is not actually real, but it's just a game. They teach her how to play the game. There is a blaster on her hand which she can use to shoot sonic discs and use as a shield. They started round 1 in the game, where they are meant to kill everything that comes in their way in 2 minutes, and board the retriever ship. Jan and Nova starts to shoot at the animals on their way, but although it's a game and the animals are just holograms, Eva doesn't feel happy about it. Just after the game, Eva had to pretend that she enjoyed the game, and asked them she wants some time alone. Eva receives a holocall from Cadmus, whom she lies to that she actually likes this place. He directs her to a place she would be sleeping. Eva sees Mother and runs to hug her, but to her disappointment, it's not the robot mother who raised her, and the robot doesn't care much about her, just like robot mother that raised her did. While she lays on her bed, she hears a sound outside her window. When she goes to check, she sees someone outside that looks exactly like her but much older. But before she goes speak to the person runs away. When Eva wakes up the next morning, she receives a call from Cadmus, who tells her that their scientists are beyond excited to talk to her about her experience outside the valley. Just as she goes to meet the scientists, she sees that person that looks exactly like her again, and chases after the person. The person jumps inside a waterfall, and when Eva follows her there, she is shocked to see the place as a sanctuary. She meets people there who tells her she is not supposed to be here, but that woman that looks like Eva tells them it's okay, because she wanted Eva to come here. She introduced herself as Eva 8, and reveals she was born on same sanctuary with her. That's more reason why they look alike. Other people here were also born in a sanctuary too, but in a different generation. She introduced them to Eva as her little family. Violet is the botanist, Kai their computer wizard, and finally is Xander. They tell her that they stay in this sanctuary because they want to be free. The people that stay in New Attica exchange their freedom for comfort, a comfort that Cadmus manufactured to blind them from the truth. Just after having a meal with them, a robot from Cadmus shows up to tell Eva that she's an hour late for her meeting with a scientist. 8 decided to follow Eva as she now considers her as her sister. She doesn't trust Cadmus for a reason we don't know about. When Cadmus goes to call his scientists, Eva hears a voice from her alien friends Otto and Rovender speaking to her through her mind. They tell her that they are trapped, and Cadmus is not actually a good person. When Cadmus shows up, Eva stylishly leaves him, giving an excuse that her friend 8 is sick. 8 tells Eva that she thinks she knows where Cadmus has her alien friends. It's a maze of tunnels. Hopefully her friend Violet can help them with a map. 8 meets her sanctuary friends and tells them to escape. She collects a map from Violet which will lead them to where Cadmus captured Otto and Rovender. The map leads them to Cadmus' lab. There they see dozens of strange robots coming out of it. Eva and 8 enters the lab and they find Otto tied up in a tube. 8 gets trapped outside the lab. Otto tells Eva that Cadmus hurt him, but they hurt Rovender even worse. She asks Rovender what she can do. He replies that she should take him home to Fauna's. Eva sees a robot entering a lab and goes to hide. The robot suddenly begins to transport Eva friends along with other captured aliens to Cadmus. The captured aliens are brought to a secret room, where Cadmus calls his board members for a meeting. He tells them that what he is about to say must not leave the room. Eva, who is still in hiding, decided to record everything he is saying. Cadmus tells the board members that in 1 month, New Attica will run out of food, millions will die, and it might be the end of human race. Eva finds out that Cadmus and the board members maintain New Attica colony by harnessing the power of the Earth's core through a thermal vent, and sustains their network of vertical farms, a biome that is now dying, infected by unknown pathogens which will lead to the collapse of their colony soon. But he tells the board members not to panic, as he has been working on a solution. He has manufactured a battery of patrol units called the Authoritons. These units will manage any public unrest that may occur during this difficult time, and secondly, and most importantly, he has a plan that will save their colony. He shows the alien he captured to the board members. He found out that the aliens used a powerful energy source. This energy source brought new life, new species, and new growth. Through some study, he has learned that this source of energy has the power to save New Attica. They can harness its energy to restore their garden to supply them with all they need to keep New Attica prosperous for eternity. Until now, Cadmus was unable to locate this mysterious source, but he has now discovered a compass that will lead him directly to it, which is a human with the ability to communicate telepathically with the alien life force, and her name is Eva. Cadmus actually knows that she was spying on him all these while. She tells Cadmus that she will never help him. She runs to the tube where Rovender is, but he is already unconscious. Cadmus answers her he did only what he needed to be done to save their species. With the information he got out of Rovender through torture, and with her abilities, he will find the source and save humanity again. But Eva pushes Cadmus away, and swiftly goes to free Otto and Rovender. While she escapes, she finds Violet who shows up to help her. Violet planned to get Eva out of New Attica, while Cadmus batteries chase after them. 8 shows up with a gondola to give them a lift. Violet directly takes them to Trevor Town, which is their only way out of New Attica. One battery follow them inside a tunnel where 8 tells Eva to keep going, while she tries to stop it. She uses an iron to hit the battery, but it broke into 2. 8 is able to escape with Eva, where they meet Vampa and Haley. Eva requests that they should take her to the alien forest called Fauna's. But the problem now is the gate out of New Attica is locked by Cadmus. Vampa decided to jump down and he opens the gate manually, but at the cost of getting himself captured by the batteries. They finally escaped out of New Attica, but Cadmus activates a spider-like gigantic robot to chase after them. She tells Haley to take them to Fauna's, an alien village where Rovender can get himself treated by his people. Before you know it, they get attacked by a gigantic spider robot sent by Cadmus. Eva tells 8 that Cadmus is building some kind of war machines. She saw a warehouse full of those robots. They finally escaped from the spider robot, but something unfortunately happens as their ship runs out of fuel. With no other choice, they are forced to land in a place called the Wasteland, but the robot is still looking for them. They see a wandering tree and decided to use it as cover to hide from the robot. Some aliens comes out from the tree to ambush them. 8 goes to attack them, but Eva tells her to stop and let her talk to them. They tell her to get to Fauna's is only a one-day journey. She must travel through the black winds, but they warn her that it is also the hunting ground of Dawasu, a very dangerous monster, and tells her to stay away from the bones. Without wasting time, they all enter the black wind. They see a pathway with bones, where they decided to pass through to use it as cover from the storms. But Eva suddenly remembers when the alien advised her that they should stay away from the bones. Dawasu, a monster, shows up and tries to attack them, but they found a cave where the monster lost trace of them. Eva wants to go and talk to the monster because if they keep hiding here, Rovender might die from his injuries, but 8 refuses her to go, saying it's way dangerous for her and tells her how she lost a sister to the monster, so she is not ready to lose another. Rovender tells Eva that his time has come, and she should leave him because he is a burden to them, but Eva refused, saying she will find a way. At midnight, when Eva wakes up, she sees Rovender walking straight to where the monster is. Rovender plans to let the monster take him so the rest of them can move on. During their argument, Eva decided to communicate to the monster telepathically, saying it shouldn't hurt them that they come as friends. The monster shows up and Eva realizes that the monster was only trying to protect her unborn babies. She assures the monster that they mean no harm. Her friend is sick, and she wants to take him home. Unexpectedly, the monster suddenly tries to kill Eva with its tail, but 8 shows up and pierces the monster right in the belly. She tells Eva that it wasn't protecting its babies, but it was going to feed her to them. There are some things that cannot be reasoned with. After a long journey, they finally arrived at Rovender hometown, Faunas. Rovender alien species are called the Ceruleans. Eva yells out asking if anyone can help them around here, because it's an emergency. Soon Ceruleans responsible for guarding the gate of Faunas see humans at their gates, and tells them to go because they cannot help their kind. But Eva tells them it's not them that needs help, but Rovender, a species like them. But their leader replied that Faunas does not welcome him here anymore. Rovender tells Eva that a medicine in Faunas can heal him. Eva decided to go talk to their leader again to help them, but 8 refuses, stating out that if something happens to her, she will have no family or sibling. She and Haley goes to look for firewood, while she tells Eva to watch her friends. But Eva could not risk letting Rovender die. She plans to sneak inside the gate of Faunas. She disguises herself as species like them, and gained entrance to the gate. He points to Eva the place she can get the medicine. When she enters the building, it wasn't easy, but she finds the medicine in a jar. About to give it to him, one Cerulean spots her, and sounded a horn to alert the others. All the Fauna's guards surrounds her. The chief of the village called Antiquus shows up to know what's going on. He asks Eva why she stole their medicine, and she reveals she wants to use it to save Rovender. The Ceruleans are shocked to see Rovender, and it is revealed that Rovender is the son of the village chief. She begs that he is very sick and he is going to die without the medicine, but Antiquus replies that then that will be his fate. He tells her that Rovender is no longer part of them because he is a deserter, and here is no longer his home. He commands his guards to banish them to the wasteland. But when Eva challenged him, he decided they should go through a truth trial. He tells her to retrieve the Kaona to begin this process. Rovender tells her the Kaona is in the clouds. A citizen of Fauna shows up at the forest to help Eva find the Kaona. If not, there is no hope of her finding it. She explains that the Kaona is a bird of revelation. The Cerulean is revealed to be called Azura. She blows a horn and it summons a flying whale to them. They enter it, and it takes them to the clouds. She asks Azura where they can find the Kaona. Azura explains that it's something that must come to her like a truth itself. They may not see it when it's right in front of them. Just as Eva follows instructions by taking a deep breath, the Kaona appears right in front of them. The chief of the village wants to use the bird to judge Rovender. If he is found guilty for deserting his community and his family, he will be banished, but if found innocent, then he may receive their medicine. If the bird of truth enters anyone's mouth, the only thing that comes out is nothing but the truth. When the bird enters the chief's mouth, Chief Antiquus tells the story on how Rovender turned his back on them in time of need. It was a season of migration when a very terrifying wind hit their village, and everyone lost a loved one that day. But the Ceruleans have always lived by a code which is, they move and stay together always. Rovender was their only pathfinder among them. They needed him to guide them to their new home where they could start afresh, but he abandoned them. Rovender tells his own side of the story on how he lost his wife and kid to the wind. Unable to bear the pain, he had to leave. The bird also enters Eva's mouth, and she tells the truth on how Rovender was like a father to her. Now Rovender needs him to also be his father, and begged that the chief should save him. The chief is touched by her words, and he orders his people to save his son. The next day, they host a party for Rovender return, but 8 decided to leave, saying how sad she felt when she called Rovender her family. Anyway, the celebration begins and we see everyone dancing and throwing petals all around the village. But this happiness is cut short when they see human war machines heading towards their village. Immediately, All the villagers started to evaluate. 8 sees this from afar and heads back to the village to help Eva. The war machines attacks the villagers, but to save them, Eva decided to lead them away from the Ceruleans. Cadmus shows up with a gigantic ship and captures Eva and 8. He wants to use Eva to find the source which he can use to save the Attica city. Eva managed to escape out of his ship, and she hears a voice of the source talking to her. She tracks the voice and finally its heart. But suddenly, she collapses and dies. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notification so you can watch more videos like this.